Hello, welcome back to Menacing MTG. Today we have a huge aggro Gruul deck. Unlike my build that was more of a meta deck built around the adventure piece, this is more about this deck has the ability to kill quick, but also has the ability to do strong in the mid range game and to have enormous victories, high impact, exciting victories. So it has the small creatures in it that give this the kick for quick wins. The Brushfire Elemental, Zertaw Goblin. Um, you got Krenko in there that's not terribly fast, but can, by turn 5 can have a big impact if it's on turn 3. Gruul Spellbreaker. And here's the other speed component. So you have 4 Brushfire, 4 Zertaw, 3 Gruul Spellbreaker. Now, Rhythm of the Wild, of course, Gruul Spellbreaker and Zerta have Riot, which give the creature the ability to come in and attack with haste or no haste and put a 1/1 counter on the creature. We also have 2 Rhythm of the Wild. This carries you into the mid game, and it gives creatures Riot. So and that works with Gruul and Zerta because they'll have it twice, so they can elect to put 2 1/1 tokens on, a 1/1 token and haste. So you have it bolsters every creature. If you get Rhythm of the Wild on, you bring Krenko on, you can have it come in with haste, and so on and so forth. We have an Inferno Hellion. Of course, Rhythm of the Wild could give that haste, which could be extremely high impact. Questing Beast, haste, Vigilance, Death Touch. Terror of the Peaks, this is one of the most valuable cards available on Arena, in my opinion. Can be removed, but there's 3 of them in here. And everything else you bring on is doing damage to the opponent. Ultra high impact mid game card. Then we have a Fiery Emancipation. Every damage you do is tripled, regardless of color source. Then Mirror March. Okay, so these 3 enchantments give the big kick to this deck that allow you to just absolutely run amok and go wild, and have these enormous victories occur, especially if you have one of each of these on the board. For example, in a Terror of the Peaks, you bring in Questing Beast or something, Inferno Hellion, doesn't really matter. It's going to go absolutely wild. So yeah, I'm going to quickly run through the land base. We have 9 mountains, 8 forest, 2 crag crown pathways, 1 crag crown rootbound crag, and 4 fable passage. The fable passage is particularly nice in here. If you've seen some of my recent decks, have had things with landfall. Of course, the Brushfire has landfall. Fable passage triggers it twice. In addition to that, we have some other lands available to us. 2 Kazandu Mammoths. Now this has landfall as well. It gets +2/+2 as a creature, +2/+2 plus end till end of turn. So you got all kinds of stuff going on here with this thing. So again, that could be triggered twice with Fable Passage. And then we have a Shatterskull Smashing, can be red land. Kazandu, of course, green land. So what I didn't mention in addition to these 3 is the 2 Embercleave, not to be lost there. This is ultra potent card. So we have 5 enchantments, in fact, that are super high impact for the things in this deck. Beyond that, we got some card draw, so you're just not getting what you need. Cathartic, you can ditch 2 cards, draw 3. Thrill of the Possibility, ditch 1 card, draw 2. 1 each of those. The other engine for card draw here is, if I can only find it, Agaric's Uprising. So whenever you have a creature with power of 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Then when it enters the battlefield, if you control a card of 4 or greater power, draw a card. So card draw engine there. Let's see, what else did I not talk about? Okay, 3 Collision Colossus. Immensely helpful card here. Remove some scary flyers that come on. As you know, this is not heavy in flyers, only 3 Terror of the Peaks. So can take out at 2-drop, deal 6 damage to a creature with flying, which is killing most of them. Also have the instant of +4/+2. This can really equate to a game ender. You put it on Inferno Hellion. It's got trample, that kind of thing. Many other uses. So 3 of those in here, which is tremendous. Yeah, that is the whole thing. I think I touched on everything. Oh, Domria. I did not tell you about Domria. This is a good mid to late game changer, possibly. It's not instant impact, although if you have 4 mana down, you've got a Terror of the Peaks in hand, you put Domri on. It adds 1 mana of either color, and the spell that you use it for gains Riot. So can you only imagine Riot on Terror of the Peaks? Furthermore, if you get to the point where you can run the alt of -8, you put up an emblem and you create a 4/4 red and green beast creature token with trample. Okay, every turn. Got it. So there's the deck. Mirror March I didn't talk about much, but you know that of course you flip a coin and can make copies of creatures. You got things that make that go crazy are Terror of the Peaks, Inferno Hellion, everything else too, but those are the highest impact. So this is a kind of a wildly fun deck. You can get some enormous victories. I'll try to capture a couple of those for you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. You know the routine. Have a great day. Okay, here we go. We have a good hand here. A ton of mana. Arguably too much, but I like this hand. We'll keep it. Opponent goes first is a bummer, but we can live with that. We have the instant in hand. We have Terror in the hand and only 1 land away from Terror. Okay, so here comes the brush fire. Alright, I will accept this gift here. We get a Crankle on the board. Got the land for Terror of the Peaks. Okay. We will be able to apply some good pressure here, though. He's going to get yet another token, but he's still a few lands away from being able to create additional Scoot Swarms. So let's see what we got here. See if there's any blocking at all here. I doubt it. Well, looks like they're going to block with the insect token. Just 1, okay. Okay, so we will draw a card when we bring Terror of the Peaks on next turn, and we will absolutely attack if Krenko is still available. Okay, that's tough. Well, he'll come right on in, and nothing we can do about it. Now 1 land away from kind of starting the progression of having a lot of Scoot Swarms on the board. No blocks. Okay, so this is a decent layout here. Um, Here the Peaks comes on. And I wish that I did have the ability to drop the Colossus on him, but we do not have that ability. We're going to come on in with everything. Kill Scoot. And what we're going to do is put 1 damage on Questing Beast so that if he blocks either of these creatures, he dies. So very effective right there. Combination of Krenko and Terror of the Peaks. Very impactful, and they've lost their Scoot Swarm development. And they have a real quandary here, because will Questing Beast be limited to just taking out a token? Kind of looks that way. I wouldn't want to lose Questing Beast here. But Krenko's going to do repeated damage to him. We do have another one in hand. And they're going to get rid of Krenko. Yeah, tough call right there. I think I'd probably do the same, all things being equal. Pretty decent damage done there. He's down to 9. Has nothing of value on the board. We've got Terror of the Peaks, so he wants to remove Terror of the Peaks if there's any way. We have good options here. We're going to bring on a creature. We'll see what they bring on because it could influence what we do respond with. Okay. All right, they do have 3 mana available. Okay. Gets them a little bit of life, which is good for them. They've got an issue here. It's really all they can do. I think the play here is to drop the Kazandu as a land. Bumping up the Brushfire Elemental. And we'll let that come in. But I doubt he'll do it. He is doing it. Okay, no, I'm not playing there. Okay, so we won't need to spend Kazandu on this, but I think the play here is that I think we can just win right here. It should all work out. So we're going to go ahead and drop the land. We're going to bring on the Gruul Spellbreaker, and we're going to give him haste. So we'll deal 3 to this creature, leaving them no blockers. That should be game. We don't have haste there, though. So rather than bring Krenko on now, we're going to go ahead and bump up Terror of the Peaks, and that should be game. Say good game, and here we go. So pretty outstanding victory there. Okay, here we are in a decent looking hand. We need more land, but good starter. Get to go first, that's a plus. Okay, the great fear here is that the opponent has a shock in hand. Yep, there it is. Okay, so now we need land and we can bring on the Spellbreaker. We got it. That's sweet. We'll get right in there. Again, looking for land, and unfortunately we have too much in the way of Mirror March. That's great fortune. What this will allow us is to bring on Domri Chaos Bringer, which will give us the mana next turn if he survives to bring on Terror of the Peaks.
Let's kick this madness into high gear. A little pick me up before the real fun begins.
And will not attack as a result. Okay, that gives the goblins haste, which is not good. But we keep them at bay and we get mana, so that's just fabulous. So we could actually bring on the Mirror March. No, I think we have to. Let me just check out what we got here. Yeah, it has to be a creature spell, so we'll just go ahead and do this again.
Whatever happens next, it's gonna hurt.
And bring on Terror of the Peaks. We'll give him a counter to make him more durable. And now we really just are looking for creatures, as we need to remove things. First and foremost, the War Chief here. I don't think they'll attack yet. They're looking for bigger prey, and they've got this token here. Okay, we didn't really get what we wanted here, which is too bad. So I think what we're going to do is search. Oh my goodness. Yikes, that's exceptional. Okay, so we will bring in the Inferno Hellion. That worked out splendidly. And we can say goodbye to the Goblin War Chief. And he'll have Riot coming on. And what this Riot means for us, oh, we didn't get Riot for some reason. Why didn't we get Riot? Okay, that's just if I used mana to cast him, which I should have done. Because then I could have attacked with him, and that would have been 13, 16 damage coming in, but we did not do that. So the question now is, do we beat them up? And we do. We beat them up a little bit. We have to brace ourselves for the larger cards here, but getting rid of Goblin War Chief was a big coup. Okay, that's a bit of a challenge. And we have to attack with that one. Of course, we will not use the Hellion. Once he blocks, he's done. So they don't get any particular benefit from that, but the War Boss does create a bit of a dilemma. We could now, I think, end the game here because we can drop the Colossus on the Hellion. Well, it has Trample already. This has Trample. Yeah, I think actually we could just drop it on Terror of the Peaks. And we're going to take a look for a creature. Hopefully we get something small here to come in with. We don't. Okay. So we're just going to move forward. As the opponent is tapped out, and we're going to end this game right now. And there you have it, beating up goblins. That is one of the coolest things you can do. All right. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing. Check out my other videos. And look at Aether Hub, because all my decks are listed there. So under Menacing MTG. Have a great day. Okay, here we are. Not that fond of this hand, but I guess I'll use the Mammoth for green mana right off the bat here. Opponent goes first. Tempted to run Thrill of Possibilities right off the bat, ditch the Mirror March, and hope for something of note. Okay, this is going to be tough if we can't get something rolling here. Gotta go Thrill of Possibilities here. We're really kind of desperate. We do have Terror of the Peaks in hands, and we have good mana. We're in good shape with mana, okay? Just not getting any creatures, which is a total drag. So we're going to have to set up for a slightly longer game here, which is not too appealing given the white weenies across the way there. Would love to get a creature I can get on the board here next turn, as they are starting to do some pretty significant damage and grow. Well, the Mammoth is better than nothing at this point. We've got to take it. Oh crap, we can't even play that right now. Well, we'll just put it on via this method here. So that can, oh, 4/4, that's solid, so we can block the blocked access with this, but yeah, they're getting kind of scary here, and we'll get Terror of the Peaks next turn, which is awesome. We'll put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay, we're in kind of scary zone here for the opponent. Okay, that makes for a sturdier Terror of the Peaks. And they don't have the mana to really bump up anything here, so they're going to lose things if they come. We are in dangerous territory for mana. No attacks. They've got a ton of life, so there's no taking them out quick, and we don't have any options. Really what we want is like a Hellion to come in and wipe out a significant creature like the Angel. And they are going to come in here. No, I guess they're thinking better of that. They do want to get the mana pump there. Okay, that is good news. So now we have a difficult question here. What to do next? So we have the dilemma here of dropping Fiery Emancipation, which makes these guys ultra scary, although there's no trample. And the other option is to put Zurta on and put a +1, 2/+1 counters on him, which means we'll be able to deal damage and kill the Resplendent Angel, and that's got to be the route that we're going here. Okay, that's great. And further, we'll put up the Uprising. Gets us a card draw, not exactly the one we want, and we're just going to stay put. And everything has trample here at this point, and oh, that is not what we wanted. Yep, so we have to do some damage next turn, or it's game over. They're loaded up with flyers at this point, and we don't have any creatures, which is a total drag. But we can. We don't have any land either, which is total drag. But what we can do is we can drop Fiery Emancipation, and I'm perplexed here because landfall would help into Embercleave, so I could. Yeah, the problem is we die next turn. I think we gotta roll the dice here, ditch these two. Okay, this works pretty darn good. I think we gotta go face there and pray for something else here. We don't get it. This is what we can do. And let's see. I think we got to bring the mammoth in. You got to come in, and we're dead anyway. You cut it. If they just sit back and let us kill a Johnny, they can just come in and kill us. They got enough flying right there to win the game, and they bite. They're going after the peaks, which actually could save us here. It will not. It won't save us anyway, unfortunately. Because they're going to be able to clean us up with Johnny. Okay, so the game is not over yet. As we'll be able to destroy those two creatures. Okay, so that is extremely good news. We can do some significant damage here. Landfall. And then Embercleave. They do drop some tokens, but we do have Trample. And they can't block anything. Okay, so we will take some damage. And Healer's Hawk comes out, that's tough. Not much else they can do though. Okay, that's good news. Okay, and they are going to be able to come in and do 5 damage and gain a life. And we're going to need something to happen here. Alright, and we can definitely do some damage here, but I think what we have to do here is kill the flyer and stay put. They could come in and do 2 damage. Apparently they have Fatal. Unless they're trying to allure us into some wasteful attacking. Yeah, that's game. Good game, though.